Let's go, let's go, let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can't wait to jump on in. 7 minutes to countdown. Let's get it in. Shout out to each and every one of you for being on into the live stream. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go. Saturday night. Let's get the music going. Let's get the motivation going. Shout out to each and every one of you. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. You are the lifers. I'm the Crypto Lifer. Together, we make the coolest show, the awesomest show on earth. The first thing we do on every show is put the lemon into the water. I already did it, so I can't do it again, but I've done it. Let's have a big sip of lemon water. Let's get hydrated. Let's decalcify that pineal. Let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're going to take a look at BOOKMAP. We're going to take a look at the levels. We're going to look at what I talked about this morning on the morning update. We're going to compare to what I said now. I'm going to have to kind of actually eat my own words. Let's see what happens. I love it. I love it. I love it. One of the few YouTubers that can say something in the morning and come back and have to eat it at night. Let's do it every single Saturday. Shout out to you all. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And don't forget to see me every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Around the Blockchain. Every single Thursday at 5 p.m. on Around the Blockchain. Can't wait to see everybody there that and also, what is Around the Blockchain? It's its own YouTube channel. I'm going to go plug it in right now and show you what I'm talking about. But it's called ATB, Around the Blockchain, all right? Right here. And I would like you to go subscribe to Around the Blockchain. Jump on it today. Jump on it today. All right? They do a live video every single weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. And it's an awesome show. And all the people of crypto are there. Jason Casper's there. Rice TV is there. AJ is there. Right? You got Crypto Crow. You got Miss Teen Crypto. You got Altcoin Daily. You got Ben. You got everybody who's basically, doing something in cryptocurrency every day, has a channel. Evan Aldo. You got the works. You got Arcane Bear. And more, almost anyone that's had a channel that's dedicated to crypto has graced Sin City Crypto and more. I'm just saying, Wendy O, I'm telling you. So jump on it today. Tom Crown, and the list just goes on and on. Crypto Keeper, it goes on and on and on. Nick Demondi, the team. So shout out to every single weekday, 5 p.m. Around the Blockchain. Check them out. I will be there this Thursday and the following, so I can't wait. Super excited. Love the show. It's always a good time to collaborate. And to me, the video medium is art. That's art, right? And being an artist, I consider myself an artist. That's just art. You're making art with 3-4 other people. It's a lot of fun to create art together. So shout out to the show. Shout out to Ben for making the show. Shout out to the Bit Squad. Shout out to all the love. Shout out to just love, man. I'm just full of love today again. I'm so super excited to be alive. So happy to be here, that I woke up this morning. So grateful for every single thing. So grateful for this microphone because it sounds so good. So grateful for the video that looks so nice. So grateful for all the technology that I was able to purchase. Thank you, dear Lord, for everything you've given me in my life. Thank you for all the lifers. Thank you for my children. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for my parents. They're still healthy so far. Everything is going okay. My dad is hanging in there. Everything is good. My sisters. Shout out to all your family. May God bless each and every one of you, all of your kids, your family, your brothers, your sisters, your fathers, your daughters, everybody in your life. May God bless every single one of you. Thank you for being here. And enough is enough. Let's jump on in. But I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling it. So let's talk about it. So if you're in my trading group, first thing we were talking about was this possible little flag that broke up here. It did that. Then I said, hey, watch the flag. Look for an M pattern on this little flag. We got the M, but it kind of went sideways. Then I drew this cement, ascending triangle, so to speak, here. Kind of made a bit of a flag, in my humble opinion. So I'm watching this closely. The one thing is, we have a pretty hardcore resistance zone. At the end of the day, we were down here. I said, we got to get above here. We did that, right? So we slowly starting to grind, but this is kind of a double bottom. It's got cup and handle vibes that it broke out. See, there's your cup. There's your handle, broke on out. I have some bearish and some bullish news, all right? I'm going to show you both things today. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down, and we're going to make basically an idea, somewhere towards the middle of the show. I'm going to give you what I believe based on my, not what I believe, but what the charts convey based on the probability that I use and basically, figure out where I believe Bitcoin will be when we wake up tomorrow morning for the update. All right. So are you with me today? We pretty much nailed it. If you watch the update, I talked about the wait for Bitcoin. If we go back in time, the update was here and we can go watch it. But the 15-minute was high. I said, I would like to see the 15-minute come low. Set. I said, but at the time, the 1 hour is still low. It looked like the 1 hour could give us some move. So I said, I like the 1 hour. Let's not get in yet. I said, let's wait for the 15-minute to reset. When the 15-minute resets, if we stay inside here or here, that pattern or that pattern, I'd be looking to long that to the upside with the 1 hour time frame, right? That's exactly what we went over. You play that. 15-minute did go down as exactly, towards the end of the show, we were kind of near the end. And then lo and behold, they have the low 15 and the low 1 hour. That was the entry there. The bounce off the lower trend line. And this thing was gone. So very interesting idea. And it played out now. But now, if we keep going, the 1 hour has now, begun to get overbought. And it's starting to kind of say, hey, I'm at resistance. I'm in a rising wedge. So here's your bearish idea. I just kind of might as well skip into it I was going to kind of play around, but your bearish idea, I mean, you bring this up a little bit. I mean, you have some wicks. Number one, you're resistance. So you kind of broke out, but it's still, there's wickage here. If you go to the smaller time frames, it's a level that, you're seeing just a resistance level. You're above it though. I mean, I have to say you broke above a resistance level on the 1 hour because those two candles have closed. You got to keep that candle above it, One thing I wanted to do is hide it if I could. Hide both of these for now. But the idea is this, right? You're in a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Well, they break up parabolically. You got to kind of have a weird double bottom thing going on. Higher low, secondary higher low. But you got to put in a higher high, and you're kind of not doing that on the 1 hour. You're rolling over. So, to me, the idea is that this is still at a resistance point, and you're likely to roll to the downside based on the 1 hour time frame. So, that's just one thing that I'm looking at. Just without being, just cut and dry. Rising wedge, oversold 1 hour, MACD. Prices rising while the volume's falling. Usually not a good sign. See, like you have falling volume. With rising price, that's a divergence telling you that you're probably going to get a drop. But, nothing's guaranteed. But it's, it's not amazing. You don't want to look for that to long. Like, that's not a good long signal, in my humble opinion. So, I see bearish tones here on the 1 hour. Okay. I see bearish tones here on the 4 hour. Okay. And the 4 hour, to me, is at a resistance. It's just above it, I guess. It just broke above it. You could say kind of a high. So, low, high, low. Barely a higher high, but fine. It did close a candle higher. Does it make a higher low then? But still, you're overbought on the 4 and the 1 hour time frame. Not my favorite entries, right? So today was a nice little long. And if you were in the trading group, I was updating the chart all day long, just little section by section, move by move, just kind of calling Bitcoins each little kind of move up and down on the 7 and the 15. I had fun trading, just looking at the smaller time frames for Bitcoin. Hanging out in the trading group with everybody. Shout out to anyone that kicked it with me on a Saturday. Right? So, my wife had a friend over who brought, who has a kid, so they play with my daughter, and my wife was busy, and no one bothered me, so I was in the charts, right? My kids were cool. My wife was cool. Sammy was in the charts with the lifers. That's where I will be if no one needs me. So, we were watching the 15-minute too, and look, you're kind of getting, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there, even an M pattern on the 15, and we've been kind of awaiting the M for the final short. And this may be finally the short. All day we talked about it. Short to me now, maybe the entry for the short here at this present moment for the drop. Down to the box, right? So that's what I'm looking for, is a move to the downside here on the 15 and the 1 hour. We could get a short squeeze. I got BOOKMAP up and running. We have some liquidity at 20,600. We may pop up one more time for a quick boop. And we'll look at a smaller time frame, see if there's a flag, see if there's some confirmation of that. But there is a big bar of liquidity that is closest. Suggests that we do go somewhere into the zone and get a short squeeze. So we could still get a short squeeze here to 20,700. But there is a bigger zone of liquidity down here at 20,001. If we break to the downside, where is that? Yeah, look, 20,100. It's the exact line. So you can see they play the same zones. They got their load up, 899, 200, attempting to buy loads of Bitcoin at these levels, selling Bitcoin up at that level. So we could get that one final push up. Let's take a look at the 7. 7 is low, has kind of a flag. I'll get rid of my green zones here, my scribbles here. Shout out to anyone that jumped in. Who was here this morning? Who was here this morning and just had a good time on the morning screen share? Shout out to everybody here on the live. I am DGen Dragons. Cool. We don't ask or promote on supers on the AM show, but he does usually cover them when he sees them. Yeah. Minor rewards get cut in half with reduce the amount of Bitcoin in the market each day. Explain. Oh, yeah. Super chats, Hex. Thank you for that. Okay, let's take a look. So here's the deal. Could the 7 minute, I see an M pattern here rolling us over. Let's see. We see some bearish divvy there a little bit. Slightly, yeah, because this is moving up while this is moving down. Not some bearish divergence there and a double top. So I'm not getting a lot of vibes from here. But again, it is an ascending triangle. We could get a move. I also see a head and shoulder pattern. Again, after all that, I still see things pump anyway. But I would short this back to the green box. So the probability is that Bitcoin's going to fall back down here to the green box, tonight or go sideways. I see sideways action or to the green box unless we get a quick short squeeze. But I believe it's highly more likely that doesn't happen, They are building more liquidity, though. Look, they're building it 20,000, so they've kind of got it going. So it looks like we may actually have to fill that order. It's so close. So let's see. They push the price on the way up. 20,006 here, and then we crush back down, and then we dump. So we get the flush up, and then the dump to the downside, all right? Either way, I believe the probability eventually brings us down, even if we get the flush up. I'm trying to play Magic Man here, whether the exact price, I expect myself to know exactly where Bitcoin's going to go. And if I'm not 100% right, I'm always like, Sam, you could do better than this, but at the end of the day, I have to admit I have no idea where Bitcoin's going, right? I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do see an M pattern here. I see the 7 minute rolling over. I see the 15 minute kind of just getting extended, but, and I see the 1 hour getting overbought and the 4 hour getting overbought. And so bigger time frames take precedent. It is a rising wedge that breaks down. I see some, so the sad thing is, I've seen all these things, and then I've seen a small time frame just careen up on a short squeeze, and I do see the liquidity on BOOKMAP, so I see the liquidity, so I'm kind of like, well, there it is, Can't stand this. I'll put BOOKMAP in the wrong, I'll grab just enough of it or leave it on the side of a monitor, and I can't. I left it between two monitors and I can't grab the top of it anymore. It's so annoying. Oh yeah, there it is. I got it. I just got to move it around. This liquidity tells me to just be careful. Many times I've, ignored that and 7 minute, and then I check the 7. If the 7's low, then I definitely heat it. 7 is low enough, right? And you could almost put the 7 here. I'm getting crazy, I know, but you could put the 7 in its own little triangle here, right? And the pole here, and that would be that squeeze. That would be, right? So that you can see it, So sorry, I have the channel that we're in. I got the little mini triangle, and I have this bigger idea that we kind of did. We break out, break back in of an ascending triangle, or I could even open it up and just, it's basically the same channel, really. I see shoulder, head, and shoulder vibes though, which I've said before, but I'm just bringing up again. I short this. I say forget the short squeeze on this one and call it a move to the downside, The idea is just, I guess, in my mind, I got to be higher than the liquidity. So, maybe above 20,800, But the risk just may not be there. It's it's a smaller move down. So, but I see Bitcoin moving to the downside. All right. That's my idea here. Based on, all the things that I looked at. So there you go. That's my idea for Bitcoin tonight. Sideways or to the downside, most likely to the downside. So the probability of my system, which is, an array of stochastics, my own brain from seeing things from years, right? Patterns, support and resistance, and momentum, and a little bit of bookmap, and just kind of some know-how. I see the probability of Bitcoin to the downside. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. Watch it pump all the way up and do the short squeeze. And I'll have to be like, dang, I was wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. And you know what? I'm not 100%. So there's probably, there's going to be a day where I say, hey, Bitcoin's likely to drop, and it pumps. All right. So right now, I do believe it's likely to drop. So far, it is dropping so far. And you can clearly see that's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And I tracked it all day and was kind of waiting for this moment, waiting for that lower low, the lower high, for the first lower high. Should assume you make a lower low now. High, low, lower high, lower low. And then lower high. So whatever. I'm just looking at trend. Trend analysis assumes that we will break down. And rising wedges break down 68% of the time. All right? So is everyone cool with my analysis? Everybody cool with the analysis? We can jump into Hex now. Have some fun on a Saturday night. Shout out to everybody here on a Saturday night with the Livers. So here we go. Shout out. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? That would be greatly appreciated. 571 people on the live on a Saturday night. 233 likes. All right. I'm giving a free update on Bitcoin every single day, twice a day on a weekend. Kicking it. No days off for the lifers, baby. Minor rewards get cut in half with reduce the amount of Bitcoin in the market each day. Explain. I love what he's saying. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you. All right. Is this the chat? This must be the chat from yesterday, right? I'm about to say. There's got to be another chat. Yeah. Sitting there reading the chat from yesterday happens. Let's get a quick bar. No bars on a weekend. You already talked about price difference, Bitcoin USD versus Bitcoin USDC. What's the point of doing that? So breaking news. I have breaking news. Hold up. I got breaking news on USDC that I already posted to the trading group. You would be in the trading group, but we have breaking news. I combed the entire internet to find information that I could find. So we take a look here. We go back and let's just take a look here. One thing I want to see is the chat. All right. Beware of the Ides of March. Ooh. But here we go. And this is pretty good news, And, we should be somewhat substantial, but Crypto Trend said Justin Circle says it will back USDC and cover any shortfall with corporate resources, including external capital if needed. USDC, they got a plan for it. And you know what I mean? It already has the CBDC, USDC, you know what I mean? So it's already kind of ready to go. So in my humble opinion, everyone was freaking out. I would take a deep breath and say not to worry. All right. And I've said it before. And, I went to Calm the FUD this morning. We talked about it. We went over it. Just nice and easy. Quiet. It is what it was. It is what it is. So shout out to everybody here. We got to relax. We got to take it easy. Take it easy, eh? Take it easy. So I believe we're okay. But it's okay to, diversify. By all means, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to say you should be taking this financial advice. But when I have stable, 1/3 in BUSD, 1/3 in USDC, 1/3 in USDT, right? That way, if I do have to slip, I only have to slip a third one way, right? I don't have to get the whole bag moving, and things are okay. So just stay in control, pay attention, and life should be okay, okay? Life should be good. Take a deep breath and relax. Everything is going to be fine. Who here feels better already? Who here heard my voice, felt better already? Knew that everything was going to be okay? Because it is. We live in the present moment, and all we have is the present right now. We're all here right now in the present moment. God bless you. Pancakes on the beach, baby. Pancakes on the beach. Okay. And don't forget to trade. I love to trade over at MEXC. MEXC, the place to be. Popular cryptocurrencies. The market is amazing over at MEXC. Lowest fees, 0% for spot and futures. MEXC.com. Link in the description below for MEXC. It'll blow your mind. You'll be on there and you'll be like, why was I paying all these fees? You'll look back on your month of trading. You'll look at your old set of fees. You'll look at your set of fees here and you'll be like, wow, MEXC. Unbelievable. And you'll find it has a good amount of awesome volume. A lot of people love it. MEXC, the place to be. And I will actually pin that here in the comment section. MEXC. All right. I don't know how long they're going to do the no fees. They may go back to fees at one point. So I just, I take advantage of bargain when I can. So MEXC, man, jump on it today for no fees. Link in the description below. Link also pinned in the comments if you could jump on in. MEXC is great. Been there for over 2 years. Shout out to Mark Pelra. Love it is MEXC love. I'm up 5% on my buy on USDC. God bless you. Let's take a look at the peg. Back to 98.09. Holding strong. Bouncing back up strong. Does it mean it's going to stay there? You never know. Could go back to 80 cents. Anything is possible. Could go to 0. Anything could happen. Nothing is guaranteed in life. That's the beauty of this life. If it was guaranteed, then we wouldn't be able to make the high highs that we can make. So because it's not guaranteed, we can make, we can get hit hard. We can celebrate big wins. It all depends. Shout out to Leia Helpern. Leia Helpern. I officially don't hold any stablecoins, just bought a bunch of Bitcoin. I like that. The quicker the banks collapse and move on to a Bitcoin standard, the better. I also like that. She knows what she's talking about. Follow Leia if you ever get the chance. Also has a book, Undressing Bitcoin. Check it out. She's a consultant and does all some other stuff, so check her out. Very interesting person and in personality in the crypto space. But I like what she was saying today. Binance, I've always loved you. I hope to come back one day. Let us be free. It's sad that I can't trade Binance when I would like to, but it is what it is. All right. Shout out to everybody. And there I am trending Sammy. No, I wish. That would be hilarious. Shout out to one Bitcoin, though. I would rather own one Bitcoin and not need it. Right here, my tweet. Than need one Bitcoin and not have it. Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, retweet that for me, please. Everybody, retweet these. Retweet these tweets. Get the mark. Get it going. I'm tweeting all the time, talking about different things. Having fun with Twitter. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. I like this, too. Christine Noem, the South Dakota, right? I voted HB 1193. The bill adopts a definition of money to specifically exclude crypto like Bitcoin, and it opens the door to the risk that the federal government could adopt a central bank digital currency. South Dakota will always stand for economic freedom. Vetoed it with the giant veto bar. Let's go. Anti-Bitcoin bills are not for me. All right. And I believe we found a gem here. I believe we found the next crypto gem. Something is pretty big coming up. It's called Weight Token. And again, I haven't invested in it yet, but I believe I'm looking to put it around, I don't know what I'm willing to do. Look at that 333. That's so weird, right? When I look at it too. That's got to be strange. But anyway, $29 million market cap, right? If you see it, it's been just moving to the upside slowly since 13 cents since the beginning. It's up pretty nice. Almost may have to wait for it to kind of sell off. I'm going to take a look at it on the chart. This thing has been growing heavily. It's got an Ethereum address, can be bought on Uniswap mainly. Mainly Uniswap is its place. Dex Screener is going to be the spot for you. All right, dexscreener.com. You're going to grab that address, search it. You're going to paste that address on in if you want to take a look at what it looks like on the chats. All right. And we were saying here, this would be nice if it came back down to the 618 area and retraced. But if it goes sideways, it goes sideways. Okay. So we're looking for it to go sideways or possibly back down if I'm looking to accumulate. Watching for the Stokes to come to the low side. Watching for the RSI to eventually kind of swing low. It's been pumping hard. All right. So it's been pumping hard, on the low. So they've already been kind of going hard at this since 4 cents. So I'm kind of late to the party, I feel like. Like I just heard about it, but it's already up 9x. Feel like I have to wait for this to cool off, or does it just continue? I'd wait for it to cool off personally. I'd rather just wait for it to cool off than and then watch it pump and miss it. So be it. There's always another coin. There's always another. If you miss it, it's okay. If you trade like me, if you keep trading every single day of your life, there's always going to be another opportunity in the market. Never tell yourself that it has to be one way. Never position yourself and say it has to be. In anything in life, like this isn't even, I'm not a financial advisor, but like in anything in life, there should never be a have to situation. Something's pressuring you into have to do something. Step back for a second and realize that something's wrong there. You're being put in a position and that person's attempting to take advantage of you and they want you to feel like you have to make a decision. You never have to make a decision. I mean, at one point, decisions will help you and it can help and hurt you not to make them. But remember, you're in control of your life. Never be forced by somebody or coerced to make a decision. Something is going on there if that's happening. USDC per contract is a real one. Of course, they open it as soon as it depegged. Why would they do that? That was so strange. I put live on watch list here, and I have it at 30-year runway and just got a server upgrade. Interesting. ILV. Yeah, we knew about ILV. 30-year runway. That's crazy. The most important, tomorrow's another day with another opportunity. Waiting is key, but also knowing when to pounce quick. Amen. Shout out to Michael Pelra. Shout out to Super Chats. We have JASMY, Hex, Good, and GMT. Let's take a quick old bite. So, we feel like Bitcoin is going to drop here to the downside based on what we're seeing. 7-minute is low now, though. I'll tell you what, I always have two sides to the story over here, huh? Let me tell you something, kid, huh? Next time I see you over here playing games, don't let me catch you over here again, huh? I'm going to tell your mama. So look, worst case scenario is this kind of bear flag forming, which would dump us down to 17,927. So this is like, okay, so we pump, but if we don't get back above, Bitcoin can't close a candle above 20,006. It's a wrap. 20,006. We don't close a daily candle. A couple 4-hour candles kind of make a home base here above this area. And we're dropping to the downside. That's going to be a resistance. So just something to think about to keep your mind going. And just the only little thing that I'm seeing here that could be a chance, give you a chance here, is this trend line. There's a chance you get this pump, and look at... Wait, so it's weird. Hold on. That's interesting, huh? I never thought it was that different, but look, this Binance says you're dumping. But you can see that you've already kind of flattened out on the USDT pair. Oh yeah, Tether's different than USD right now because Tether's... Man, that's interesting. Now we have the two different charts now. The Tether chart. But maybe Tether might be the leading indicator, So now we look at this idea here. And that's why what I like about this situation is if I open a short and I put a stop loss somewhere up in here like this, and I get in right there, and this starts to wiggle and starts to break out, right? I could either cut the trade off right here. If it pumps, I don't get punished, and then wait for it to do something else and wait for in long, right? Or, get stopped out, right? Or you just get stopped out. I mean, it happens. See the 15-minute getting oversold with the 7. But yeah, that 1 hour is starting to come down on you. It wants to dump in your face. So I'm calling long. I'm calling short. You know what I mean? I'm calling short. I know we could get bagged with a long short squeeze to the upside on the 15 or the 7. But, man. I mean, the smart thing is to call nothing and know that anything could happen. See, like, I know anything could happen. I just like to actually make the call, It's like, I stay short. I'm staying short, and I'm not switching to it. I'm staying short. I said the smaller time frames get smothered by the 1 hour. 4 hours also pushing down. I'm staying short. I'm staying short. I'm calling short. And I'm not changing my stance on it. I'm done. And I'm going down. If it goes up, then I'm going down. I'm getting squeezed. I'll be one of the squeezed for once. All right. This does let me know, though. Look, shoulder, head, almost right shoulder. Like, it's just like, it's sad how I can see so much TA that I can see all the different chess moves that could hurt or help me. So I see that, but I still remain short. All right. Track name straight for myself. Brendan Moeller. Yeah, Starlet for myself. How did you know? Starlet for myself. How did you know the track? And if I get a scam wick, I'm short. And if I see bare divs, my internet is down. I know I traded on my phone. Sorry. We're at value area high. Final answer short. Me too. Yeah, my final answer is short. That's the one thing about me. I'll either, I'd say 90% of the time, I'm going to tell you whether I'm short or long at the end of my analysis. And I'm going to stick with it. Okay? That's the one thing, there's going to be a day every once in a while where I say, you know what, it's indecision, I can't tell. You know what I mean? So. Crazy though, Bitcoin's different on the US dollar than it is on Tether right now, which is so weird, right? We can kind of front run it then. This is weird. Haven't seen this in a while. So strange. I don't care about the DC pair. Don't make me do all that nonsense. That's too much work. It's like you're trying to put me through too much work. This looks interesting for a move to the upside. I saw some coins that I posted to the trading group that look good to me. If you're in the trading group, you will know what I'm looking at. Shout out to everybody kicking it with us. And we just continue to take gains out the market. When the market took a turn for the worst, we didn't freak out. We held it together, right? This man hit his SAN 33 for 77%. Sol 3S, my man, basically speculated this would do exactly this. It did exactly that. Did never hit the stop loss. Shout out to my man, Stack McChange, banging on him to the upside. Triple G, I had this little move, 23%. Not amazing, but hey, it did. It didn't get stopped out. Matic 3S was the big winner. Went up even more than maybe 64%, but big gains for 64. And GMT 3S, when I put it out on the 3rd of March, 3-3, would be a big winner 7 days later for 141%. Imagine making 141 in 1 week. Bang, bang, bang. Unbound West. We called the short for Bitcoin, which did drop to the downside there. We even posted the stop loss, the entry, and everything on the live stream. Giving it to you live. So shout out to anyone that may or may not take advantage of the last move. But we didn't get caught. Our TA helped us, and I could show you the way. So jump on in if you want to know. And I teach class every single Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. Jump on in today for class. Link in the description below for all the next available classes. Jump on in. It's $60 if you're in the trading group, $100 if you're not. But we'll give you a deal. Join the trading group for 3 months and get the trading group for $270 for 3 months. And we'll throw in the course. That's $330 for 3 months and the trading group, trading course. You'll love it. People love the course. Ask somebody today about it. I get more feedback on that course than I ever would imagine I would ever get. Let's take a look at JASMY, USDT here on KuCoin. And let's take a look. Someone's asking about JASMY. So it definitely got stopped out, when Bitcoin took a tumble, right? Whenever, the altcoins got a bit of a hit here, we were looking at this cup and handle. We would fall further down. Let's take a look, though. It did retrace to, a comparable area. So if we pull the Fibonacci, which I've done so many times, we are now in the golden pocket, which is, pretty nice place to be for any coin, So we're in the golden pocket. There's your first stop. Second stop could be even bigger to the upside here, but this is what I'm looking at. We have the major bounce area. We have this bounce, and then we have two kind of areas here because we resistance, we bounce again, possibly. So this is what I'm looking at for JASMY, right? And they're dealing with Sony, right? That's their kind of claim to fame here, this little mini coin that nobody really knows about, all right? And, I knew when things started to change because I started caring about the market cap again. All right, this with a $29 million market cap, and it could be a show on Amazon. I'm just saying, it's called Hourglass. Weight is a little high now. I feel like I'm late to the party, but I mean, it's already at 30 cents, but this thing is interesting. Very, very interesting. The insiders have obviously already made like a 9x on it. But JASMY, all right? JASMY coin, all right? It's got a $229 million market cap. It's already kind of started to move. But this thing could easily 10x to a 2-point-something billion market cap. It's on Coinbase, Binance, and KuCoin. So it has those main 3 pillar exchanges that keep it running, you know? And despite what they do to cryptocurrency, everyone, I keep a cool head. I'm not a bad actor. You're not a bad actor. We have nothing to hide. As long as we have nothing to hide, we have nothing to worry about. We know we're good people with good morals and good ideas, and God will protect us as we continue to move. That's how I look at it, you know? And there are people that use people that use crypto for bad. There's people who use the dollar for bad. There's people who use the best things for bad. There's people that use the church for bad, and the church is the nicest thing in the world. There's people that use the nicest things for bad. You don't even have to go to bad to find bad. You can find bad and good, which is insane, but it's true. That's a truth of life. Might as well have a little extra honey. Never hurts in these cool winter months. Even though it's March, it's still pretty cold here in Boston. And have you bought Ben's book yet on Amazon? Check out Ben's book, Catching Up to Crypto. Good book. Check it out. I definitely suggest you could check it out. And you can just Google it. Catching Up to Crypto. They even got it at Barnes & Noble's right there. But check out this book. You can order it there. You can order it at Amazon. Catching Up to Crypto. Ben Armstrong, man, pretty cool, representing us. And it's a really good book. So check it out. You know, learn about cryptocurrency today. Highly suggest getting the book. All right. All right. So can we, you know, can we get the move? It would be funny. Look, yeah, I told you we were going to drop. We're at 22,240. I told you. All right, so that takes care of Bitcoin for the night. We don't have to talk about Bitcoin anymore. Back to JASMY. JASMY's in a beautiful cup and handle. If Bitcoin can get a move, but if Bitcoin dumps, this will dump a little more to the 706, might even go lower. Shout out to Lavender. God bless you. What are you short from? I'm concerned about KuCoin. Why are you so concerned? Take a deep breath and just relax, man. You know what I mean? I want the lifer to do the audiobook, right? Do you do local bee pollen as well? Of course, man. I smear it right under my toe. Yep. And inside my belly button at night because I want it to seep in, you know? Because you got to get it to seep. You got to seep. Yeah. What? Did I say something strange? Have no fear. Crypto Lifer is here. Shout out to 3 Much Crypto. So here we got a bit of a cup and handle. We are in the golden pocket. Below the point of control, though. We may go to the value area low. We may make a giant double bottom here. What if we make an Adam and Eve double bottom? And crypto takes another beat down. Could you handle this? This would be awesome. Because then I would know that it was definitely the place to load. You never know for sure. But we get this Adam and Eve double bottom, and I would just be like, oh, this is the place to load up on JASMY. I believe JASMY's a coin I'm going to put about, I don't know, $500 to $2,000 in and just let it sit for at least a year or two and see if it pays off. It's got some ideas. It's got some speculative brewings. It could be the one. It could be one of the ones. So I got JASMY on the radar for sure as I sit and let it marinate. Anything wrong with doing a limit order under the trend line? That way, if it drops, you catch it. Then an OCO order to the bottom side. Whatever makes you happy. I mean, if that is how you want to play it, that's how you want to play it, right? Ask yourself out loud if it makes sense, right? But again, I'm not a financial advisor. We'll never tell you what to do with your money or, what to do with your trade. So look, 22-hour looks beautiful. The daily looks beautiful. I'm just, watching Bitcoin too. And I know it kind of, we are kind of dropping a little bit below the 200 SMA. Daily is also below the 200 SMA. We'd have to get back above. We are getting a daily cross, or did we, we already had one. Yeah. It's messy. We could go lower, even though we are very oversold. 2-day, 3-day, pretty beat up. Tells you, hey, what if the 2-day, this is an interesting concept. We tested it on the 15. We've tested it on the daily. It's just going to easily pump up for 100% gains all the way up to the 200 SMA on the 2-day chart. And we don't have to think. We just have to get in right now. I'm not telling anyone to do this. I'm just thinking out loud. But like, I would just get in right now, stop loss right here, and let this thing rip up to the 200 SMA. You never know, though. Bitcoin could take the tank. The stop could happen, double back up. So you take a chance on the unknown move. But this is interesting. I've never back-tested it on the 2-day chart. I never really used the 2-day. So everything kind of in line with what I do in Talk About says this will happen. So this is something on the radar. Could JASMY pump up for 115 back to the next resistance point at about 1 cent and 1/10 of a cent with 267 at the end there? I've been holding my breath for a drawback all day. Indeed. Monday is going to wreck everything. Monday might be the wildest day in crypto history. Watch like nothing happened. You know what I mean? Watch it like repeg by 4 in the morning and just everyone just be like, And it'll be like Yawn City. No, you never know. Something probably interesting will happen, but you never know. You never know. All right. Interesting. I mean, the 7-minute says we go right back up to the top of the channel again, like we've been doing all day. Just up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Right now it says you kind of come back up before you dump one more time. Only time will tell, literally. Bitcoin 3S, please. We'll take a look at that. Let's take a look at Bitcoin.3S here on KuCoin. The SHOT token. The what? The SHOT token. The SHOT token, yes, the SHOT token. The short token, the SHOT token. So you got a very strong bullish divergence here on the 7-minute time frame. Suggest you could get a move up out of here to the upside, all right? In a bit of a falling wedge. Why are you doing that? Crypto lifer. Stop talking those nonsense. So look, when we flip it upside down, that's the Bitcoin idea that we're in, right? Bitcoin isn't like, could it, so Bitcoin would have to drop out of the falling wedge. So if Bitcoin drops out of the falling wedge, this is going to pump up the falling wedge, see? And the profit-taking area would be somewhere here. You do have the divergence. Right now, the 7's not in your favor, so the 7 would have to come on down first. I would alert it here and here. That's why it looks like Bitcoin's going to kind of play games one more time. But this is the idea here. 6% gains, and maybe more comes after a retest. You got a giant double top here too, though, on the bigger time frames. And on your daily, you're very bearish on the big time frame. So even though it looks scrumptious, doesn't mean you can't, I still would. What looks really nice to me is the 1 hour. Look at the 1 hour. I mean, it looks like it's going to pump. So, to me, I'd still play short. This is the most likely play of the night, based on the stochastics and the falling wedge, right? And it might even just make like another right hump and dump. Might make an M pattern and dump, but it looks pretty good to me. 1 hour and the 4 hour both pretty bullish. Looks like it can complete the move. So this looks bullish to me, in my humble opinion. Simple is as simple does. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't need to be a scientist to learn how to trade. What CPI will do on Tuesday, that's the plan. CPI will also rock the boat. And everybody, I got jury duty coming up, which is insane. March 15th. I'm kind of really dreading it now at this point. Jury duty. And I got to call beforehand and all this. I don't know, man. So... Funny. Jenny running outside just for the lifer. Thank you so much. This man's running a generator just to hear the lifer. God bless you, brother. Thank you, Crypto Tonight, man. Stay warm with that fireplace. God bless you. God bless you, man. It could still be in the falling wedge, but fall out of the one I've been falling in, which doesn't look good for it. Reversing up unless we get surprisingly good news next week. How many days, Sam, till when? Just go in and say that they're all guilty and they won't pick you. Bitcoin is head and shoulders and M tops. We haven't spent much time at the lows. Let's dump it down. Just don't go. Yeah. No call, no show. We got a stream to run. I know, right? I got a life over here. On Monday, we're going to hear the run on the smaller banks. It's possible, like reading mechanical drawings and have to decipher how to apply what you see to manifesting a complete job. Interesting. I hate people with hair act crazy. Yeah. I had jury duty last year. The courthouse had bed bugs. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Good evening, Lifer. It's a pleasure to see you tonight. Shout out to St. Michael in the house. Tell them you pollinate your navel and they will dismiss you from jury duty. Yeah, I was pollinating my navel every single morning. I mean, why does everyone think that's free? Isn't that? I thought that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Do you guys want to see it? It gets a little cakey, but it's not that bad. Whatever, maybe next time. So let's take a look at Hex. We're going to take a look at Good and GMT. And I usually look at HEXUSDC if that's okay. Shout out to all my Hexicans out there. Appreciate you. I hope that's not like a bad term. You never know these days, so I'm always careful, you know. But here, I mean, Hex has been pumping nicely from 5 back to almost 7 cents. 7.7, stopped at 77. Look at that. Now it's in a bit of a flag here with the golden cross coming on the 1 hour, ready to move. Looks like Hex wants to pump and continue to the upside. Hex is the hot number tonight. 35% gains coming out of Hex. And we were talking about Hex here, and Hex has been hot. Came down for the retest and bounced back fast. Hex really right back on track from where it was before. Really doesn't care. And for me, I just see a 1 hour scalp for Hex. Make a nice move here, up for 35% gains. Stop loss somewhere below my 200 SMA would be nice. You got a point of control too that you can hide behind. Not too shabby. Hex USDC looking pretty good to me. I staked Hex for a year, spent 2020 till September. $250 turned into $20,000. Shout out to Melk Pelra. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, you put the pollen in on the top of the bees to come and take body shots. This guy's stupid. Man. How are you, Lever? I'm scalping micro trades, trying my best to get enough to be able to join your group. I feel you took what I knew to a new level and just want to thank you. Shout out to Matty Hall. Man, God bless you for saying that. And keep coming back, keep learning, keep pushing forward every single day. You're going to get there. I bet there's a fetish for designer bee pollen belly button lint. You're going to be rich. I got the best. Shout out to Dingo ate my Satosh, which doesn't sound right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious assets with me, which are your minutes. Switched it up on you. Are your minutes. So Telcoin looked good to me. Then it didn't, right? When Bitcoin changed the game. But I still want to see this thing kind of pan out sideways. If it does, still could make bacon on the beach. I'm watching Telcoin just to see if it can maneuver a consolidated bullish, price. Because if it can create consolidated bullish price action above my yellow bar at 2 cents, 0.2 of a cent, this thing could be gravy. Shout out to the 634 people, 334 likes, almost 300 people afraid of the like button. I always tell everyone, if you're afraid of the like, we have splints and ice for you in case you hurt your finger on the way down. I get it. Like, look, you got a hand. Here's a finger. Here, you're coming down and something slips, something moves. Like there's an adjustment. I don't know. Maybe you hit the wheel and you slip off the wheel. And when you slip off the wheel, ooh, and there's a finger sprain. It happens. And then you go, you still recover. Maybe use another finger. You wince in pain. You get through it, right? You push through the fourth quarter. But you know what? It's okay. We have splints for you and we have ice packs in case something happens on the way down. I know it. I know you're worried. I know you're scared. I'm telling you right now, everything's going to be okay. We got you. We got you. All right. And the lifer calls us short so far. I don't want to rejoice too far too yet. But I mean, so far. Brady paid through the pain. Hit the like button. You know what's funny, Stack? Guess what movie I just watched with my daughter? I couldn't, certain parts she couldn't see. You know what I mean? One of my $500 holds work in digital bits. Interesting. Just don't deglove the finger. I just watched 80 for Brady. It's just funny you said that. All in one coin, 1 million total supply, under 4 million market cap. Easy 100x. All in coin, only 1 million total supply. All in coin. Yeah, you never know. My strategy is to save money, place it in the stable, tiptoe into positions, and I use TA to inform my timing and dipping my toe in. Smart man, Kardashian. I do that a lot for many different ideas. I mean, I use whether I'm investing or I'm swing trading, I'm using the technical analysis, in my favor. High OD getting a huge pump on the 7 there. HIGAZERS, Suku. Little bit of a Suku and kind of in a little bit of a, I'd watch HIGAZERS here. Seems like it cares not about what Bitcoin's doing. A little bit of a flag, just kind of on my radar. About to touch the 21-day moving average again. Could actually get a bit of a scalp there on the 7. Nothing else really seemed to be brewing too hard. Jam. See this ascending triangle. It makes it above that. That thing could continue to move. Just some quick style TA on GeoJam. But these the bigger time frames matter more. Like the 4-hour, maybe the 1-hour gives you one more pump though. It's looking pretty nice. Bitfrost, BNC, kind of a similar idea. Sol wants to follow Bitcoin. Once it breaks out of this, you could even say it's in this. I always find these with the dropout, but... And I mean, this is Sol 3S, right? After the monster move, we pull a fib on that, like that extension. And to me, I mean, 618, 706, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And if Bitcoin takes this drop, Sol 3S looks like a nice gainer here on the 1-hour time frame. I would look at this closely. Sol 3S. I wouldn't be surprised if their network goes down tomorrow. Something weird happens with Solana. I just wouldn't be surprised with all the other FUD around town. So, again, I'm not guaranteeing anything in the bigger time frames or against you. If you look at the shorts, that's why this is just a scalp on the 1-hour time frame. There's no guarantees. But Bitcoin's starting to struggle down there and head on back down. And I got your levels for Bitcoin. Let me give you those two before you scamper on out of here. Don't go yet. I got your levels for Bitcoin. We also gave you that awesome news about USDC, keeping you in the game, keeping you nice and calm, right? And we got the radio voice, keeping you nice and calm, keeping you in the spot. So you know that everything's going to be okay. You're with the Lifers tonight at 8 p.m. Shout out to my Lifers. We love you more than you would ever know. My wife loves you. My kids love you. I love you. The Lifers love you. Other people in the group love you. Other people that help me tutor love you. Love Learning loves you. Love Learning loves that you're loving your learning. And she loves that. That's why she loves learning. Everybody in the group is there for everybody in the group. It's a unique place to be. It's actually a place where people love each other and care. Young men become, realize they can't be immature and like in another weird little Discord group. Not to be rude. Not a weird Discord group, but actually, I don't mean that. But a lot of the Discord groups can get kind of, places where a female would not want to enter into. And I made sure that my rooms are clean of profanity, of any disrespectful, memes and stuff like that. Super awesome, super respectful place to be. And it's run right. And there's a reason why we did it. Sad. I wanted to keep it hip and cool. I wanted people to be able to do whatever they wanted, but I realized it wasn't conducive to learning. And that if I wanted to have a different type of Discord, then it had to have that unique atmosphere where learning was the number one, basically focus for. And honestly, I said no one can knock me if I make sure learning is number one. And anything that gets in the way of learning, I'm going to extract, and I'm going to put in something that brings in focus. I want to teach you how to find your focus, your discipline, to keep you moving every single day, no matter what. So you're just honed in. You're honed in on what you want to do. No one can take you off your mark. You're a lifer. You're stuck. And you're positioned exactly where you want to be, right? And you're setting a foundation for yourself. So GMT got beat to the ground. That's what, it's back to its old lows again. Can you believe that? 29 cents. Don't believe in coins in a bear market. Whoever believed in these coins and started a DC, I kept saying I DCA in one coin like wild. I said maybe some Gala, a couple things, and Bitcoin, and I said that I never changed my tune. I DCA into AI coins. So that's, AI coins. But still, at the same time, because that was a different narrative, right? Bluezilla's group is like yours, wholesome. He's a good dude. Yeah, I know him. He's the deep diver of the news. We know Bluezilla. I know Bluezilla, man. We go back. I used to jump. He forgets me, though, but I've been on his channel before. He knows me. I know my man. I know every YouTuber, man. We know the YouTubers. We know the streamers over here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Funny, Bluezilla, man. He showed me, I was like, man, I'm going to grind. I like LMR. I called the bottom of this coin down here. So far, it has never really revisited 3 higher lows in a row. I'm seeing this ascending triangle for LMR, Lumerin. To me, it's only a matter of time here on that daily. 22 hours, super oversold. Wants to make the bounce. Falling wedge coming back down to previous support zones. Boom. Tight moving averages getting tighter again. Can you check Maker? Send in a super chat. The perfect way to begin your lifer journey. Email Crypto Lifers to pay with PayPal. We have a trading group. If you want to jump on in today, what is in the trading group? What do you get? Why would you join a trading group? The reason why you would join the trading group, because I'm there every single day. I also share my Token Metrics account, which costs me $89 a month. So boom, you're already saving $45 a month immediately. I do a live weekly private screen share on every single Thursday night from 6:15 or from about 6:30 to 8:30 now. And in that screen share, I share my portfolio, things that I'm doing, ideas, tips and tricks, subconscious mind healing, all sorts of insane things that I did to change my life and to become what I believe is success for me. Like, I feel like I'm a success in my life. Like, if I were to die today, I could check it off and say I did what I wanted to do with my life. No one held me back. I wasn't going to some work for somebody else. I was flying where I wanted. I was meeting who I wanted. I was eating what I wanted. I was doing what I wanted. I was staying healthy. I was having a good life. I was being a good dad. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay. So that, to me, that's success. Success doesn't have to measure up to what other people believe success is. You don't have to drive a Mercedes. You don't have to have a mansion. But if you're doing what you want with your life, if you're going in the direction that you want to go, to me, that is pure success. 110%. You know, 110%. Shout out to the $20 super chat. You're amazing. You're amazing. God bless Lavender 1003 with the double stars. Lavender, we love you. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That is the nicest thing that you could do. May God bless you. Thank you so much. All right. Being a lifer is top G status. Shout out to Tim313. Also, if you're in the Discord, you get access to the entire directory, my learning library, with just all sorts of information, how to use Ultrady, how to set alerts, shortcuts, trading tools, Fibonacci class, VRVP, fractals, how to add the VRVP, Stochastics Masterclass Part 2, candlesticks patterns, videos, how to long and short, support and resistance flips, what is a swing, support and resistance bootcamp, tutorials on the retests, checking a trade, checklist before entering a trade, 21 SMA cross the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, head and shoulders, price action on versus indicators, time frames, measured moves, right? Death cross, gap trading, dominance, right? Cup and handle guide, ascending triangles, wedges and triangle patterns, how price action moves and trend analysis, the rising wedge, more patterns, measured moves, complex bottom and inverse head and shoulders, double tops, double bottoms, triangle patterns, the diamond pattern explained, how to trade a rising wedge, divergences, and it doesn't stop. All right, even yield farming in permanent loss and how to stake in liquidity pools and DeFi. Like, there's just so much here for you that people charge so much money for that you have access to immediately when you join the Discord. Jump on it today. I'm telling you right now, it'll change your life. $3 a day. I do not take a day off for you. Every single day I'm going to find something, look for a gem, teach you something, go over life lessons. We're going to have a blast. Jump on in today. All right. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the next super chat coming on in. What else is someone asking about here? I'm feeling Discord keeps the love flowing. Shout out to Love Learning. Shout out to Stack McChange. Shout out to my OG lifers that really spread the love and the vibration and helped me do the same. If you join Lifers Group and fail, it's because you wanted signals and didn't put in the work. You'll leave me knowing how to trade. How many hours would it take to watch all those videos? Probably at least 40 hours. I think it should take you about a month. But you never know. Ask someone else that's watched every single video. I'm ready for you to be my street dad. That's a bit interesting. I don't know what that means, but God bless you. You are the best, sir. May God bless you and your family. Phazian Hater. May God bless you, my friend. And it's Hater, like Raider, Hater. He's not a hater. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to. Love the radio voice. Could be the next John Tesh. Easy. Shout out to Fingbook, my man. ETH going to be deemed a security. You never know. We're going to find out. I can't believe they would wait this long, though, to deem ETH a security after everything that it's been through. It's a bit strange. Like, all of America holds ETH at this point. It's pretty crazy. So good. And you want me to look at Gladstone? Ounce until 5, back to its old lows. This thing is weird. How it just goes up and down a lot. Weekly says it's super low. Looking for the bullish divergence of the weekly. Kind of have it. I don't know. It's a stonk, man. I'm not into the stonks too much. Super beat. Looks like it fell out of the pattern, though. Or trying to hang on to the edge of it. Kind of like the S&P. Let's take a look at ES1. So we all know my story for ES1, right? We know this is the bigger pattern. Right here. We came right there. We bounced. We're back there again. Now we're going to zoom into that area. What's going to happen here? I said we don't want to end up closing inside of this yellow box. And we're kind of there. Like, you know, some could say we're trying to bounce away. There's another bullish divergence here. See this? That's like, you know, and it's attempting to save us. So when this opens up and starts to move Sunday night, I believe, right? Sunday afternoon, Sunday. This has to move. We have to get the bounce from one box to the next. If we do not, and we do something weird, and we you know, now once you go down there, you have to look at the bigger pattern, okay? And as a pattern trader, I must assume. Now, we could always double bottom. Anything is possible, so we could. But I must assume once we start closing a daily below this white line, that we could go to here, here, and even to there. And that would be a massive drop back down. And I believe if the S&P drops down to this $3,000 level, I think it'll be good because it got a lot of fear. We kind of need to get that fear out. Like, everyone's like, like, let the markets come down so everyone can feel it. You know what I mean? It's just so weird. And we're in such a tough spot right now. Like, everyone kind of gets what's happening. For me, I find, you know, it takes a while to finally figure it out. But, you know, they raise the interest rates. Okay? They raise the interest rates. The bank says it's more to take money out from me. I'm a bank, right? So you have, you know, SJ Construction. And he likes to borrow 200 grand, buy like land. Then he buys another 200 grand. He buys lumber. He builds the house. He sells the house for like 680, 700. He pockets 150,000. He gives his men like 25, right? He goes on to his next project. He tries to do 2 or 3 of those a year. He makes himself, what, 300, 700 grand a year if he's lucky, 300 to 700 grand. Still pays taxes on that, comes home with 400, right? Even starting, the more houses he does, the more guys, but, you know, then it gets crazy. So, but this is the idea. And if he can borrow less money, he can only do 1 or less homes, and he basically, he hires less people. So as they keep raising the interest rate, they will lower the unemployment rate. I mean, they will raise the unemployment rate, and less people will be able to work because entrepreneurs will have less capital. It's just that simple. The average person will not be able to grab. And if you had 10 people that could open up a business and get money from the bank, you're only going to have 8 people now that could pay that interest. You know, and there maybe it goes down to 5. Now only the best businesses can survive, you know, and businesses that were on the cusp begin to struggle. So this is the issue here, okay, that you're seeing. And this is what happens when they raise the interest rate. All right. And this is why Elizabeth Warren's saying, well, you're going to lose 2 million jobs by keep doing this. And he's like, yeah, but if he doesn't do it, right, then inflation will continue to go up and up and up and up and up. I truly believe that inflation will continue to go anyway. Here's what I believe is going to happen. All right. And I'm going to run for president on this one day. I'm telling you right now, I hope someone will record this and stash it somewhere and remember that I said this. And it's not even a joke. Blockchain Party 2032. But here's the deal. You're Jerome Powell. All right. You basically sit there and you say, okay, we're not going to raise interest rates. We're going to let the free market do its thing. And inflation skyrockets. You're going to have people in Congress. You're going to have people, because people don't understand the Federal Reserve is private, and they all kind of believe the facade anyway. So you're going to have tons of people, American people, business owners, and they're going to be angry. You're going to have mobs, in my opinion. You could have mobs of people very angry, and they're going to be like, at the Federal Reserve, they're like, what's going on? You guys didn't do anything at all. You did nothing, and inflation got out of control, right? So they have to come out and say, yeah, we're raising rates. We're doing what we can. We're going to meetings. They got to listen to everybody, because if they don't, everyone's going to say you did nothing, all right? So we know what they're doing right now. Now, I believe that too much money has been printed. Even if we didn't have the pandemic money printing, this would have happened within 4 or 5 more years. It just probably accelerated it. So because we had money printing, what it did is so now you have more money in the market, right? So here's the deal. So now they do raise interest rates, and they say we're gonna get a handle on this. And what happens is it keeps going up anyway. And then you get a mob of people that say, hey, you were wrong. You didn't do it right, or you did too much or too little, or you did too little too late, or what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. And there's still going to be people, but I believe at least then they can come out and say, hey, well, we didn't know. We did the best we could, right? And people are still going to be mad, but they'll be nowhere near as mad if they don't do anything. So I think they are smart enough to know that the interest rate will continue to climb. And anybody that knows the interest rate will continue to climb. So here's the deal. And I'm saying that we've printed too much money. And we've created an inflation problem a long time ago. And I believe there's no really way out of this. I think it's pretty mathematically sound to say that they may never get to 2% again of inflation. And I'll tell you why, because as we get closer to a crisis, right, and the debt ceiling, the Congress will have to print more money. And don't you understand what's happening here? If your mind's good at chess, all right, or if you know how to, or you're just, not even if your mind's good at chess, if your mind just if you can do a small equation in your head, like 1 + 1, then do 1 + 1 + 1, 1 + 1 + 1, and like do +2 + 3, and try to do as many fast equations in your head as possible. Try to do 2 at once. Can you like 1 + 1? But yeah, it's not, I mean, but you know what I mean? Try to and what am I saying that? Because I'm saying it's like money printing. The more money printing we print, the more money printing we have to print. So we print these $1 trillion. Something happens where there's Medicaid or some issue where our government's in serious issues, or in a serious problem, right? What do we do now? Okay, now we have to print more money. And so the thing is, every time we printed more money, $1 trillion becomes less than $1 trillion. So the next time we print $1 trillion bill or whatever we print, it's going to be worth even less. And so they've already said that the Inflation Reduction Act, which I looked at some math, it's actually going to raise we're going to be $2 trillion more. It's not, someone could call me wrong, and I'm not trying to say I know it all. So I don't want to cause and I'm not trying to be too political here, but what I want to say is how does printing more money make the value of money go up? Inflation is the value of your money going down. Okay? What is inflation? A house costs $10. Okay? Let's just say. And there's $100 in existence, right? So if I own $1, I own 1/100th of the entire part of the whole, right? So I'm 1/100th of it, always, okay? But if someone comes and just dumps $100 more dollars into this neighborhood, all of a sudden I own 1/200th of the supply, and I own less of the piece now. For whatever reason, but now I do, right? And then where does this extra money that flows in go? It goes to assets that were already worth what they should have been, but now there's more extra money. So now this house is worth $20. The house has doubled because you've printed money. Because this hasn't doubled, the amount of money has doubled, okay? So people that have made money on their homes, yes, they've made money, okay? But at the same time, there's going to be less people to buy homes. So right now we're going to kind of get into a bit of a housing problem here, because right now we're having less supply on the market. Why? Because home builders can't get access to funds. And if the interest rate goes up even more to 0.5, it's going to make the supply shrink even more, which is going to do what? It's going to it may raise the price of homes a little bit. However, there's something offset. You have less people to buy the homes because they also can't get the mortgages because the interest rate goes up. So depending on the area or the strength of the real estate market, I think you're going to see some swings, and some areas are going to get hit a lot harder than others, right? Where I'm looking, Sarasota has dropped, then it's come back, then it's dropped again. And so now it's kind of, I'm like, do you pull the trigger and when? All right. So, and that's another story, like when to pull the trigger on real estate, which is an interesting concept. For me, as someone who always kind of like have been hashing out when to pull the trigger on a coin or a stock, which I find interesting. Okay. So that's just the idea of what's happening with the interest rate, how it's hurting the economy. There's someone out there that I think is hearing all this and doesn't understand what they're saying, and it's nice to clarify it for them, okay? So I'm late to the party. Will USDC survive? Yes, it will, baby. Yes, it will. Let's go. Love you. I need to catch up. Shout out to Crypto Grady in the house. God bless you, brother. Silicon Valley Bank is about to crash hundreds of APIs. Weird. Soda is crazy pricey in Clearwater. Funny soda. Oh, Sarasota, yeah. If you're spot on, Lifer, you're spot on as always, man. Shout out to Crypto Clown World, man. God bless you. Which is part of the reason why spiking interest works. All that needs to happen for inflation to go down is for everyone to freak out and start holding on to their money. Then businesses do the race to the bottom to bring consumers back. It's funny, yeah, like, I'll sell you anything, yeah. $2. And look, 333s right when we come back to Bitcoin. You think that's, come on, every time. It's like clockwork on the man. Either 333s or 777s every time. I'll step in a building. So we got a little catch here. We fell back, but now you're looking for the bearish retest of the 7 and the 15. They're going to come back up. So yes, you're in this flag, right? You're in this falling wedge. They're going to attempt to come back up. But because you're in the trend low, you should make a lower high and then drop to the downside here. You're looking for the bearish retest, though, of this area of either the trend line or of the support and resistance zone. So to me, this is it. You're looking for the bearish retest here. 20,397 back to the downside. I would be watching that on the 15 or the 7 minute. All right. Could it be a short squeeze? We could get it all the way to 20,700. Get back inside this pattern and then rip all the way back up to that other area here, 20,700. I mean, there's a big order here on Bookmap that says it could get filled. So just, but we are getting closer and closer down to the 2,000 level. Interesting. That big order, I always see a big green line and then we get the short squeeze. Hold my breath right now. I do see a pump coming back just by the oversold region of the 7. But, so that's how dumps happen. They start small, they take their time. I mean, not all, but, price action takes its time. We've been watching it all day kind of do its thing. Right or wrong, you could say that was a move. I mean, we got half of the fall so far to the downside. All right. Okay. This song is weird. For a Saturday night, I'm like, it's too much for me. All right. It's like, I just want house. Like this. This is like, that's cool. So I called the short. Thank God so far, I've been good, right? Hey, when you're publicly calling short and it goes long, it doesn't feel great. I'll tell you that, I mean, whatever. I mean, I can swallow it. It is what it is. It's just probability, but I still want to be, I still want to hit it. Sam, do you think all the big bulls are in contact with each other? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of them are, some of them aren't. It depends. The world's big, man. The world's a big place. We went over GMT already. Someone wants to go over DPET. Or maybe we didn't go over GMT. GMT coming all the way back to these lows here. Oh yeah, we did. We went over GMT. Yeah, cup and handle, low on the 7. Could be a really good place to jump on it if you like the project. I personally would wait for it to pump back up and retest 40 cents before I touched it again. But that's me. Biden said Federal report will be good coming the week. It's mushroom music, 7 minutes to the bear retest trend. That's what I'm saying. 7 minutes to the bear retest. That's what I'm looking for. Or there's a lot smaller than you think. Sam, do you think all the big bulls are in contact? They probably are. The world's also a lot bigger than people think. Is there more down for Bitcoin to come, or should we invest now? You got to do whatever makes you happy. I would never tell you what to do with your cryptos or with your own self. I just wouldn't tell you what to do. It's not in me to want to tell someone what to do with their life. I'd love to coach you. I'd love to help you. I'd love to educate you so you can make the right decision with the knowledge that I give you. I'd like to give you my knowledge, but I don't want to tell you what to do. All right? I'm still looking at tone. This thing could still blow. Oversold, still kind of trucking along here. TON. It's going to take forever, though, it seems, to eventually play out. Pocket Network's been on my mind recently. The Pocket Network, talked about it with Grady. Bit of a cup and handle here for the Pocket Network on the 2-day chart. It's back to its original spot. Could it be a shoulder, head, and a shoulder? Falling wedge in the Pocket Network. Interesting. That's got cup and handle vibes for me. Has something connected to DeFi Kingdoms too, because he said you can use the Pocket Network. After your Life Revision trading course, Lifers in the 99 help and will answer questions 24/7. They got you, baby. They got you. Let's take a look at DPET USDT. DPET USDT, which is my DFET, my DeFi pet on KuCoin. Honestly, I put it out. It pumped up to the 200 SMA. Now it's that idea. Can it pump up? Look, this is our new thing. Can it pump up on the 2-day to the 200 SMA? And it's going to take, I don't know, 8 or 10 days, but that looks like it could pump. All right. So delete my old work. Look at what we're seeing here. You got a nice uptrend. You got support, resistance, flatlining it a bit there. Man, my knees have been hurting today, which is weird. You know, they haven't been hurting in a long time, and then I'm like, what did I eat to make my knees hurt? It's usually in your diet, in my humble opinion. You know, watching L Pool too, similar kind of idea. So I'd like to see this pump up to the 200 SMA. Now the 200 SMA it may not be right there. It may slowly do its thing down a little bit, but eventually somewhere in this region here, you're going to see that move up. Falling wedge on the 2-day. Looks pretty nice to me. Daily as well, getting ready, going sideways. Again, if Bitcoin takes a dump, I mean, this will follow it. So just, I'm putting that out there. No matter how good a coin looks at one point, it's at the mercy of Bitcoin. But this is how you would see it. You would want to get it to play, pump out of this channel to the upside. I do like what I'm seeing. I'm about to get a golden cross, too, on the daily. So DPET looks good to me. Like something's brewing here for DPET. I'll be watching DPET as well. Thank you. And everyone, I'm sweating tonight, and I'm in this hot thing. I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I see this pumping back up for the bearish retest. It could rip. You never know on a huge short squeeze. They built some more liquidity now. It's getting kind of weird. See, now they built a bunch of liquidity, which is getting, now it says the short squeeze is on at 20,800 because it's dark red. So just be careful for the night. Is low volume. The idea is if it does it, here's the deal. It's going to pump. It's going to be a tough night to trade. I'll tell you that right now. And weekends have scam wicks, so it's going to pump up. If it gets back up in somewhere in here, high likely it's pumping up. If it hits here and it doesn't get back inside, likelihood that the short is playing out. So that's just all I can say. I can't tell you where the price is going. I do not know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. But what I can do is show you every single thing that I can know, and then you can kind of take that information for how you want it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. I'll see you tomorrow. CPI thoughts are that there is probably going to be, hopefully things have gone down a little bit, and we'll see that it's worked. They're supposed to crunch the numbers. We also said they're going to start using the numbers from 1 year, not 2 years, which is going to make it look better. And they're going to be able to print money. It looks like they're going to change the data to print money. Anything could happen, though. This new bank thing is interesting. How do you feel about Hourglass? We love Hourglass. I already talked about it. I just feel like it's a little high. I'd like to wait for it to retrace, but I went over it. Once the timestamps come out, you can go back to when I discussed it. It's called Wait Hourglass. I love you all, everyone. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow on the live stream in the morning and at night. I love you. Have a great night. I'm out. Peace.